I want you guys to follow me in relation to the airplane crash in India, seconds after takeoff. I want you to follow me. Pay close attention to the 5 C's of the clues, the codes, the colors, the confirmation of time, which includes the dates, and you make your own conclusion. This appears to be a sacrifice. This appears to be a ritual. It reflects the times that we live in. The powers deal with future past. They're connecting things allegedly to JFK. They're connecting things allegedly to the Super Bowl. They are connecting things allegedly to Donald J. Trump. And they are connecting things to the now. You see, Satan sacrifices. And when he sacrifices, he gives clues. In the midst of a tragedy, it's hard to detect. I've been doing this for quite a while. And when I tell you this is a tearjerker, as I decoded it, it was. But I had to regroup and finish the job. So as I bring you this presentation, I want to forewarn you. It just might affect your emotions. There are people involved. God rest their souls. My condolences to the friends and the family, to the aviation world. The gods are hungry and they want to be fed. Listen to this here, and I'll guide you through the decode.
Yes, Errol, absolutely disastrous, anxiety-inducing images that are now still coming out from India. That plane was an Air India passenger flight flying a Boeing 787 Dreamliner. There were more than 240 passengers and crew on board, and we just saw its last seconds in the air. You could see it losing altitude. The airplane tracking site, Flight Radar, said that that plane lost its signal less than a minute after takeoff. That was at an altitude of about 625 feet. And then we see there on the screen again that massive, massive fireball. Now this is in India's western city of Ahmedabad. The flight was on its way here to the UK, specifically to London's Gatwick Airport. And having just taken off, that of course means the plane was loaded up with fuel. This was for a 4,000-mile flight for more than 9 hours. And Air India says has come out with a passenger manifest. Most of the people on board were Indians, 169. There were also more than 50 British, 7 Portuguese, and 1 Canadian national on that plane.
Serious injuries. So until we hear definitively from officials, it's hard to see how there could have been survivors, but there is still a chance here that some passengers or cabin crew pilots did survive. So we're keeping our fingers crossed there. What we know is that the flight took off early this morning, and according to the website of Flight Radar, it reached an altitude of 625 feet. You can see it there. It rose, and then, as one expert put it, it looked like it was landing back again. You see the plume of smoke landing outside the airport perimeter, landing in a residential area. According to air traffic control there was a mayday after the signal, just before the signal was lost at 625 feet, crashing into the BJ Medical Center, BJ Medical College and Hostel. And this happened around lunchtime, Joe. So a hostel.
I research aviation experts when it comes down to crashes. I want to say thank God for me finding this, because this guy when he said certain things, it helped my decode. Listen.
Now, the world woke up to terrible news today. 7878, a plane that's, never crashed before, deemed a...
Did you hear it? 7878.
crashable, crashed. Terrible news today. 7878, a plane that's, never crashed before, deemed uncrashable, crashed.
Trump is 78 years old. What are the odds? He coded the plane. It appears to me that the name of the plane is a 7878. I tried to research it. I just know what he said. Put in the comment section if you know about this. And then he said this is a plane that never crashes. And there's a reason why they say it never crashes. And I will show you that.
Up to terrible news today. 7878, a plane that's, never crashed before, deemed uncrashable, crashed for the first time. Extremely tragically. Horrible.
Never crashes and deemed uncrashable. Now I'm going to show you a part that he speaks about. And he points out, watch this here. He's going to point out in so many words why it's uncrashable.
Against birds. I have flown the 787 on these very same engines. No trouble at all. Now take what I'm about to say with a huge grain of salt here, but another reason why I think this is a dual engine failure is because of what I see right here. Is that not the ram air turbine, which is located just behind the landing gear right here? Now while it is true that when the ram air turbine comes out, you definitely hear it. Sounds almost like a propeller plane now. We don't actually hear that in the video, possibly also because we're quite far away from this thing. Also, this is probably like recorded off some string, isn't it? Yes, but when the 787 loses both engines, right there, we've just done that, the ram air turbine deploys automatically. Now, why does that happen?
Did you hear that? Even if you lose both engines, this turbine allows it to still have the power. It's deep, y'all. Listen to him again.
The plane now. We don't actually hear that in the video, possibly also because we're quite far away from this thing. Also, this is probably like recorded off some string, isn't it? Yes, but when the 787 loses both engines, right there, we've just done that, the ram air turbine deploys automatically. Now, why does that happen? The ram air turbine, this little spinning thing, provides the airplane with necessary power to stay in control of the plane. Now, it doesn't do that here in the flight simulator, but it does that in real life. Now, once again,
So because he's an expert, of course, he's kind of speculating, but he's saying, look, that piece, it appears that's what he's saying at the beginning. A plane that never can crash. Listen again at the opening statements.
Up to terrible news today. 7878, a plane that's, never crashed before, deemed uncrashable, crashed for the first time.
For the first time. Look. I was about to finish my video and present it to you guys, and I found this. It's only been up an hour. When I first ran into this, it was at 14 minutes. And I had to stop because I began to cry. And I'm going to show you through the numbers why I began to cry. Reports, British passenger survived. The survivor is 40 years old. Vishwash Kumar Ramesh. 40 years old. Vishwash Kumar Ramesh. Listen very carefully.
Millisecond before that happened, but he is a 40-year-old man who spent the last 20 years in London. He had been on that flight, we're told, with his brother. We have no word at this point about his brother.
Fresh information for us, Mark, on what is turning out to be a simply astonishing day.
Well, the most remarkable story of survival, it seems, that we can now bring you a name that's been reported now by the Hindustan Times and other outlets now of that survivor, 40-year-old Vishwas Kumar Ramesh. There you see him in hospital, his face a bit bloodied and battered, but he was able to walk away from this Boeing 787 as it burst into flames. He was sat, we're told, in seat 11A. There are other images.
Did you hear the seat number? Listen.
Walk away from this Boeing 787 as it burst into flames. He was sat, we're told, in seat 11A. There are
11A. A is the first letter of the alphabet, so that's 111. The 111th day of the year is April 21st. That's when the Pope died. Are you following me? This guy, 40 years old, Ramesh, he sat in seat 11A, which is 111. The 111th day of the year on our calendar is April 21st. That's the day the Pope died. This thing is symbolic, in my humble opinion. In other words, it means X. And as I go through the decode, you will see this extends allegedly to Donald J. Trump. That at some point he will be unalived. It's deep. I believe they're giving us the clues, saying he's the only one who survived. Seat 11A. You want receipts? I'll show you. What's the 111th day of the year?
According to Wikipedia, the free encyclopedia, April 21st is the 111th day of the year in the Gregorian calendar. 254 days remain until the end of the year.
Pope Francis' birthday.
According to Wikipedia, Pope Francis was head of the Catholic Church and sovereign of the Vatican City State from the 13th of March 2013 until his death in 2025.
They speak without speaking. Well, Pearson, what are you saying? Are you saying this never happened? Are you saying everybody died and this is just as fake? Well, I see purple behind him. I see purple behind him. And I also see this. If you look carefully. Are you seeing it? Are you seeing it? How many videos have I done showing that? I recently did one. I pray I can find it right away. I recently did one with the guy who escaped from the prison. So be patient with me. Maybe it's here. People, we live in a very deceitful time. It's right here. Watch. I'm gonna slow it down because I want you to see this thing. This is inmate Massey, who I think about a month ago, out of New Orleans, he broke out of prison. Look at his hat. Here we go. You see that symbol? See the hat? Do you see the symbol? Watch. Do you see it? Broke out of jail. Look. So you see the symbol in the hat, like a 7. And then when they broke out of jail, this is what they left on the wall. Remember in the bathroom? See it there? And the nose. Are you following me? And then I showed this. Allegedly. This is what they're thinking. This is what they're saying. You see the symbol. And in New Orleans, this man on January 1st, he took his 4x4 and he ran through New Orleans, remember? And he killed a few dozen people in New Orleans. Well, a reporter was allowed to go into his apartment, okay? This guy was on Bourbon Street, remember that? Okay, she was in his apartment. In his apartment, do you see it? The symbol. Do you see it? I digress. So when you look at this, you tell me you don't see. Well, Pearson, that's how the wall is designed. I know it's a brick, but I'm saying it's there, and it's in purple, and that's Phoenician. I will put that video I just showed you and the video dealing with the Phoenician colors of purple and Tiffany blue in there, okay? And what are the odds he's sitting in seat 11A? And why would they mention that he was in seat 11A? Does that make any sense? To me, it doesn't. Listen again.
Simply astonishing day.
Well, the most remarkable story of survival, it seems, that we can now bring you a name that's been reported now by the Hindustan Times and other outlets now of that survivor, 40-year-old Vishwas Kumar Ramesh. There you see him in hospital, his face a bit bloodied and battered, but he was able to walk away from this Boeing 787 as it burst into flames. He was sat, we're told, in seat 11A. There are other images that show a man in a white t-shirt limping, but otherwise able to walk away from that scene, from that aircraft crash, with some blood stain on his white t-shirt.
11A, the only survivor that I see so far. Now watch this here. On February 9th, what is February 9th? February 9th is the 40th day of the year. Why are you pointing that out? He was 40 years old. If they're speaking in code, they're telling you he was 40 years old. On our calendar, that means February 9th. What is February 9th? The Super Bowl was on February 9th. The Super Bowl was played in New Orleans on February 9th. And Trump was there. And the score was 40-22. 40-22. He's 40 years old. February 9th is the 40th day of the year. That's the Super Bowl. The score was 40. His name, Vishwas Kumar Ramesh. Ra, like in sun god. Ra. Who's the sun god Ra? Sun god Ra. Here's your sun god. This is who they want us to worship in the future. This is what they're pushing, the sun gods. This is exactly what they're pushing. Is it coincidence his name is Ra? Ramesh? Ramesh? Okay, let me go further. Ramesh comes out to 84. Who was born August 4th? Barack Obama. Many who believe he is the Antichrist. Oh yeah, August 4th. His name, his full name comes out to Barack Obama's birthday. But look, take 2/9, which is the 40th day of the year, the Super Bowl day, Take Super Bowl Sunday 2/9/2025, subtract it from today's plane accident 6/12, you get 4/4. What is 4/4? Barack Obama was the 44th president. Is that coincidence? Now it's about to get crazy. The Super Bowl was played in New Orleans at the Caesars Superdome. The Caesars Superdome. Trump was there at the Caesars Superdome. Well, Emperor Aurelian in 274 AD, they started worshiping the unconquered sun, Sol Invictus. Sol Invictus' birthday is December 25th. December 25th. Take December 25th of this year, 2025, subtract it from today's incident, 6/12/2025. The difference is 6/14. What is 6/14? That's Donald Trump's birthday. Come on, man. I told y'all. They be doing things in relation to their king to come. Allegedly, that's what they're doing. Trump was at the Super Bowl. And it's called what? The Caesar Superdome. Caesar. Is Trump not acting like Caesar? Are these not clues? And what did they wind up doing? Worshiping the sun god, just like Ra. And look at the date, it comes after Trump's birthday. But not only that, look, this Boeing launched this 787 April 26, 04. That's when the plane that crashed is called the Boeing 787. Look, it came out April 26, 04. Take April 26, 2025 anniversary, subtract it from today, 6/12/2025. You get 47 days. Trump's the 47th president. Then look, Air India passenger plane, Dreamliner. That's what it's called. Dreamliner, it comes out to 316, like John 316. Sacrifice. Was this a sacrifice? The name of the plane, Air India passenger plane, Dreamliner, comes out to John 3:16. A sacrifice. Then look, does it not remind you of this? When the planes hit the Twin Tower, this plane hit a school. It's deep, it's deep. Take 9/11/2024, the last anniversary of 9/11 in New York, and Trump is from New York. Subtract it from today, 6/12/2025. The difference is 274. What is 274? That's your Sol Invictus. That's your sun god, 274. I just showed you that, right? Aurelian, he went back to, he got rid of Christianity and started worshiping the sun god. Look at the decode. 9/11. 9/11 minus today's date gives you the sun god, Sol Invictus. We almost done. The plane, they were flying from India. India was founded January 26. Take January 26, 1950, subtract it from today's crash, 6/12/2025. You get 75 years. What is 75? March 16th is the 75th day of the year. What is March 16th? That's 3/16. That's sacrifice. And what is 194? The 194th day of the year is July 13th. What happened on July 13th? They said Trump got hit in the ear in Butler, Pennsylvania. It fits too well. Then look, January 26th, again, that's when India was founded. Say January 26, 2025, subtract it from the day that they say Trump got hit in the ear in Butler, Pennsylvania, July 13th. You get Trump's birthday, 6/14. Now look, Boeing was founded July 15th. The name of the company is called Boeing Airlines. Boeing began July 15th. Take July 15th, 1916, the day it was founded, subtract it from today, 6/12/2025. The difference is 108 years. What is 108? We just celebrated the age of JFK on May 29th. JFK would have been 108 years old, and he died through assassination. It's not only 108, but it's 333. Masonic. Come on, man. Then look. 7/15, 1916, Boeing was founded. Subtracted from January 26, which is when India was founded. The difference is 33 years, Masonic, and 6/14, Trump's birthday. Again, 7/15 is when Boeing was founded. 126 is when India was founded. The difference is Trump's birthday, June 14th, and 33 Masonic. Come on, man. Then look, JFK Jr., the son of JFK, he died in an airplane crash on July 16th. Check July 16th, 2026, the anniversary of that, versus 6/12 today, 2025, India plane crash. The difference is 11:05. Trump became president on 11:05, November 5th. If you enjoy the work, please support it. My name is Friendshot Pearson. Go to Friendshot Blue, click on the portrait, and I have, go to more, Venmo, Zelle, PayPal. Just help out the channel in any way you can. I appreciate it. You guys love offerings. Keep me going on because my videos do not get to the bigger audience, okay? But please share. God bless you. Photoshop it and use it later. God bless.